Welcome to Shalini Psychology Care. We are here about to discuss the adolescent and pre-adolescent psychological development. At recent times, many parents and teens people come forward to know about psychology health and mind health development during the pandemic. Pre-adolescent are usually from the age of 9 to 12 years and adolescent age is from 13 to 18 years. It extends till 24 for complete adulthood starting. Parents want to know how to deal with pre-adolescent child support, their future, educational development, health and emotional controls, personality improvement after years of absence of school. They lack the quality of discipline, social skills, life skills and food habit. Adolescent teen which might face crucial transition period of age, have higher education, college and job entry into their life. Due to pandemic, these teens lack the peer relationship, cognitive behavior, social skill, societal knowledge, and also the active life period being changed into certain limits of approach to outer world. Let's have a discussion of cessation with detailed cause, signs, risk factors, what are the milestones in psychological problem of adolescent, pre-adolescents. What are the psychomanagement measures you can take from your side? Before starting up the session, let's start have an positive spreading of meditation, few seconds, which is most needed at present to the world positivity and healthy fitness and also for world wellness. We are going to see about adolescent and pre-adolescent stage of human development. This is very essential stage of human growth where it transforms a child to an adult with discipline, confidence, good behavior human being with high self-esteem, caring and practical life skills developed a complete human. Let's see about adolescent identity and personality development importance in the following session. Adolescence, the stage of development between childhood and adulthood. It was characterized as the developmental stage of storm and stress by G. Stanley Hall. Manifestation of storm and stress include adolescents' tendency to contradict their parents, experience mood changes, and emotional engages in antisocial behaviors. The primary hormone begin to differ by age of genders for boys and girls at the age of 11. During the age of 12 to 16, at most till 24, boys and girls undergoes many psychological changes, whereas female a girl child 1 to 2 year ahead of growth of males and reach their full height about age of 14. Interestingly, age of pubertal onset as measured by menarche in females has also become younger throughout the past centuries, most likely due to nutritional intake. Hormonal changes have been blamed for their influence on adolescence and pre-adolescent growth, personality development, moral and behavior, mood and personality. Some boys and girls never exhibit their aggressive behavior due to hormonal changes, the social environmental behavior, emotional pattern with parents will be in conflicts. Thereby, mother and daughter, father and son have some conflicts due to the hormonal issues of the environmental issues. Lacks of Lack of rational and abstract thinking ability leaves adolescents particularly vulnerable to messages from the social environment that portrays some behaviors like illegal and also antisocial behaviors like smoking, drugs, and also other behavior of addictions, alcoholisms, and non-violent and violent behavior will be in fluctuation at this age. In biological view, Adolescents are maturing earlier than in previous times, so physically they become adults at younger age. Yet do not have cognitive capabilities due to complex social environment as adults. This stage of prolonged adolescence during which young people are expected at the home environment. This might contribute problems associated with adolescent such as precocious or unprotective physical relationship and behaviors which may have biological as well as social ethology. Still, from within specific culture and subcultures come to the answers to the questions of many parents and adolescents have contradictory involvement of questions in neuro response. Neuro response is very important for the adolescent brain development, for the judgment, decision making, problem skills. Due to improper brain development, is still in immature phase during this adolescent. Whereas other neurological studies, researchers has been proved that due to prefrontal cortex does not become fully mature until the mid 20s. Meanwhile, the amygdala, the part of the brain that controls impulse, emotions, and is still maturing in adolescent. This is the reason the adolescent take urges to take risk, and also that's responsible for judgment capacity. Next, we are going to see about pre-adolescent and teen stress. In recent decades of time, adolescent stress has been increasingly of various terms. Stress in teenagers can show up in their behavior, it influences their body, thinking pattern, emotional behavior signs, and also they will be having the feelings of happiness and sadness at the same stretch of emotional timing. What are the behavior changes due to stress during the adolescent age? They seems very nervous or anxious at times for just a simple easiest things. He or she usually enjoys the take part of social activities and sudden refuses to go to schools, get frequent colds or infections, and gaining weight, losing weight, panic attacks, dizzy spells, fast breathing due to stress, shoulder pain, headaches, and stomach ache, and they will be feeling unusual sickness with an unhealthy diet, unhealthy food, and also unhealthy social environmental issues. How is there about thinking cognitive patterns of adolescent? Thinking it hard to concentrate, they will be hard find focusing on their subjects, on their academics, having trouble remembering things, organizing, planning, or making decision, making snap decisions or errors in judgment, and they will feel obviously with dilemmatic for taking in judgment. Emotional changes. They feel moody, cry, feel sad, down, or hopeless. Nothing is going to right. Worry about missing out peers, fond of peers than family, find it hard to relax or switch off, especially from social media. If your child is stressed, you can observe the causes of stress in following terms. School, especially homeworks, they refuse to go for exams, they feel pressure for academics. But relationship with friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, and life changes like leaving school, getting into university, or getting a job, too many things, and they feel unprepared, unaware of their career opportunities. What are the general stresses and psychological causes it affects the pre-adolescent stage, like natural disasters, like COVID, post-COVID fear, anxiety for going schools, death of intimate family member persons, birth of siblings, at time child might seek parents' attention, poverty or homelessness, physical and sexual abuses, domestic violence, being bullied in school, taking on more responsible than in age appropriate, parental divorce or arguments between parents. These affects them to cause of their physical and emotional psychological stresses. Moving to a new place or to adapting to a new environment from an old school to a new school. Now we can see how to reduce stress. Do some physical activity exercises which will be reducing their stress hormone known as cortisol. It is very important responsible hormone for teen and also pre-adolescent stress. So plan some special time with your child. Parents' role with the pre-adolescent and adolescent child is very important and monitoring their healthy issues. Healthy fresh fruits and vegetables and have a proper walk, reading a book, have a pleasant listening to some music for few minutes daily. When you are following the regular pathways of the teen yoga or physical exercises, automatically the stress hormone will be reduced and will be stabilized for emotional healthy life. If any problem persists with stressors or stress to your child, if you observe, please without delaying have a child therapy or teen therapy with psychological specialist. In initial stage, when you are observing any abnormal or behavioral issues, it is very important to treat it in earlier stage. Now we are going to see about needs during the adolescent phase, body concerns, peer relationship importance and hormonal influences, neurological importance of growth of personality, behavioral growth, emotional and cognitive growth of pre-adolescent kid and adolescent child. And also we will be seeing about the causes of low self-esteem during the adolescent stage. What makes an adolescent teen to become low self esteem? Like changes in their body weight or eating habit, unusual mood swings, withdrawal or separation or isolation from friends, separation from social activities, poor hygiene, school refusal or neglections, needs or tasks at this stage. To understand their change in social environment, to change their relationship with their parents, to transform acquaintance into a deeper friendship, to focuses into an future and also career, to transform their images of themselves to accommodate their physical and psychosocial changes. What are the risk factors during the adolescent? Adolescents engage in a range of behavior that impact their career and also behavioral influences in current and future life by taking risk of injuries or premature death. Unintentional injuries, homicides, suicides, and almost like alcohol addictions, like wrong pathways with peer groups or having drugs, tobacco, alcohols, and requires like particular attention, irregular parenting, or improper parenting causes such risk factors during adolescent, and also it causes like injuries, illness, death during the phase of teenage. What are the body concerns of girl adolescent kids? We'll be seeing about the pattern of boy and girl adolescent phase. It travels towards the adulthood phase from a child, adolescent, and it travels along childhood with an adolescent till menopause. How the step by step process of perception of body image is very important. We'll be seeing this. A positive or healthy body image will be feeling happy and also satisfied with your body as well as being comfortable, accepting the way you look. And a negative or unhealthy body image is feeling unhappy. Sometimes girls child with adolescent age. Puberty plays an important influential role during the adolescent and pre-adolescent for a girl and a boy child. A healthy body image is very important, whereas if your child images of their body or morphological may influence the factors like family environment, ability or disability, attitudes of peers, and their surroundings. Adolescents will feel pressure from family, peers, or media to fit into a narrow idea of beauty. They absorb different body shape or weight from their peers or from the ideal shapes in the media. Look at themselves outside and worrying about how others see them. Compare themselves to other body images like magazines or medias or beauticians or cosmetics or about the television society. They might have also influence with low self esteem or experience symptoms of depression. What are the negative view other than this? When belong to a friendship, sports or dance group that emphasizes a certain fitness. Role of a parent is very important in girl child morphological health. Being proud of things in yourself that are not related to appearance, accepting and valuing people no matter how they look, and not commenting on how people look, by avoiding junk or crash diets, by appreciating your own body fitness. Teenagers' parenting is very different from general parenting age. Adolescent is an exciting but unsure time as teen bodies quickly change and develops to a transformation with a child to an adolescent teen. If you if you have girl children, they will be questioning about more and more physical body health and also fitness. They like to comb up their hair, they will like to dress up like adult and to a such a transformation age will be observed during the age of 12 to 14. Peer relationship, the most important factor which ensels the self-esteem, ensures an psychological growth from a childhood phase to a proper good disciplined child or good disciplined adult. So the importance of peer relationship is very important. If your child faces problem in schools or with friends may lead to mental health conditions issues like depression or anxiety. Peer relationships are one of the most important factor in adolescent health behavior. Across a large number of studies, it has been noted that adolescents who smoke, drink, even fight or engaged in antisocial behaviors tend to have several other friends who do likewise. Whereas high support from peers and low support from parents is the very main argument in the conflict areas of the adolescent groups complaints. Mutual interest in peer groups, like having the same common interest, same common hobbies and thoughts, feelings, they said to be an easily cooperative friendships and also they like more comfortable zone in the friendships, being able to solve arguments, problems without others. Brain development, hormonal secretions, nutritional intake, the level of these hormones are very important. Likewise, prenatal and infancy and child toddlerhood. How these phases are very important in a personal growth of an human being. Hormonal influences during the psychological health is very important phase. If you are a teenager, you are no stranger to power of hormones, starting at early as the age of 10 to 11. During pre-adolescent, your body begins to produce the hormones that are responsible for the changes of puberty, testosterones and also estrogens. Levels of the boys and girls' physical body health is very influenceable for the psychological health. Abnormal hormonal secretion causes irritating, unreasonable crying, or fear, or loneliness, or having hopelessness in their life. It causes the adolescent or pre adolescent child to have an irresponsible behavior and also abnormal mental health later in their adulthood life. What are the behavior issues during the adolescent? Like driving recklessly, swimming in unsafe areas, fighting with peers, suicide attempts, and also antisocial behaviors and illegal problems. Teenagers who engage in substance abuse are more likely to develop full blown addiction. The eating habits, health, academic changes and issues, and rebellious teen, suicide homicide issues. These are very important crises and important development during the adolescent age. It helps in bringing self confidence, self identity, improvement of moral development, cognitive, emotional development, balances of eating disorder. It is a very complicated mental disorder in upcoming years, where includes more of adolescent peoples are affected with eating disorder, where people eat a large amount in a short period of time, or else like anorexia nervosa, where people have an intense fear of gaining weight and restrict food or over exercise to manage their health. Common eating disorders are known as with binge eating disorder, anorexia nervosa, avoidant restriction food intake disorder, other specified feeding and eating disorder, rumination disorder, and unspecified feeding or eating disorder. These are very effective barriers for developing pre-adolescent and also adolescent teens. As child begins with puberty, they often feel hungrier and eat more. That's because their body go through a major growth spurt. It is also known as adolescent spurt. They need extra nutrition, extra growth, and extra health care system, fitness, and also food. Your child might also start changing their eating habits. They skip meals and also they fond of fast foods or junk foods. Make your child to help with your family's food, shopping, and also meal planning. Encourage your child to take responsibility for planning and preparing one healthy family meal a week. Limit unhealthy food options in your home and make it easy for your child to make a good eating plan with the family members. Teach your child to eat when they are hungry and to stop when they are full of their stomach. This helps your child to learn to recognize whether they are eating out with an good hunger and proper nutrition intake. It helps their immune system and healthy well-being. This can motivate your child with good health choices throughout their lifespan. Talk about your enjoyment and interest in healthy food that you are eating. This can encourage your child or your adolescent teen to enjoy the food. When childhood children must be provided with stories and also fun activities way along with importance of food that helps them to take more vitamin foods. Next we are going to see about rebellious teen. Sudden change of your boy or girl child, loss of patience, emotional support, they will be in loss of hope and also cognitive development, social skills, emotional instability, how to cope up with a small problem solving skills will be delayed. When dealing with the rebellious teen girls can be exhausting or emotional and also downright difficult. There are ways that you can make it better for everyone involved. You won't be able to snap your fingers and also change your teen overnight at instant. But there are boundaries that you can create and steps that you can take to help their life goals. Teen's goal at the moment is to get a rise out of you and she or he will be see it as an success of winning rather than her or his bad behavior. Instead, take a deep breath and even walk away if necessary. Emotionally instability and anxiety predominant stubborn and they need help of telling what is right and what is wrong, although they needs a person for a mentoring who guides them for their career, for their identity development. If you need to write the rules down that way, there is no question about what is acceptable and also unacceptable in your home. Don't worry about hurting your teen's feelings or giving him or her in more reasons to rebel. Better to follow with adolescent parenting and special quality to have in like patience and also calm to delay your expressions on anger to your teen child like count 1 to 20 or 1 to 20 and then revise it the situation with a clearer calmer mind. This helps you to maintain your positive approach with your adolescent and pre-adolescent kids and also teen. We are going to see about next important crisis during the adolescent development, school and academic development. This is the best sign that showing stage of pre-adolescent girls and also boys changes and adolescent teen girls and boys will be in good transformation period, highly matured and also transformable, changeable age. Academic changes and issues. Schooling issues will be easy to spot, and your child will want to talk about to you about the things in their school. This can make it very difficult for you to pick up on a problem, either the teachers or either the problem with the friends or either with their education setup. Signs of teen or child's academic issues. Start to make excuses not to go to schools or even skip school without your knowledge. Doesn't want to talk or share about school or seems critical and also uncomfortable when talking about school or even friends. They do not seem engaged with school and also changing in getting lower marks than usual grades or scores. She or he will refuse to do homeworks, school refusal childs, and also contradictory factors. They will be having any other illegal or drug addictions instead of going to schools. They get boredom of interest in their studies instantly on their growth. Some children and teenagers with attention problem, high levels of anxiety or impulsive or aggressive behaviors are at greater risk of problems at school. This is because they might find it harder to adapt to the demands of classroom settings or they might find it harder to concentrate during the task and teacher instruction. There's also a strong link between physical and psychological growth. Some children who have additional needs resulting from chronic illness or intellectual disability or any grief or behavior problems or difficulties, they might be more at risk of this development of academic problems or relationships at school, relationship with the teachers and peer groups at this age. Next, we are going to see about suicidal issues. What are the reasons to make the child to get suicide or homicide? Let's discuss about. Moreover, many depressions, psychological cases during adolescent suicide and teen suicides are increasingly in numbers due to other factors like environmental, society, and parents' divorce or parent separation factors. Copycat suicide is defined as an emulsion of another suicide that the person attempting suicide knows about their forms of local knowledge and also due to account or depictions of the original suicide on television or in any other media like newspaper or magazines. This later terms as suicide contagion and this makes the more vulnerable causes during these decades. This is why at times of suicide news, this view observe, there will be evidences of person that they have been observed or search about the ways how to get suicide and kill themselves. There are psychotherapeutic ways and methods to help the children's and adolescent teen to bring their self-identity improvement, personality, cognitive and career development. On the whole, with therapies for adolescent and pre-adolescent, having with group therapy, DBT, ACT, CBT and play therapy, psychodynamic and also family therapy, PCT and play therapy, MBT therapies. This helps in bringing their behavior alteration to normal. Psychoeducation and psychomanagement. How to deal the adolescent stress and the teenage pressures by parents and how to deal the youngsters through themselves. If your child spends too much time thinking about negative events, it can lead to worry and stress, work stress, job stress, and also peer group stress. Your child could write down three things he is grateful for or that went well in his day, everyday lifestyle, and they do not have to do big things. It's normal for young people to go through ups and downs, but if your child feels anger, guilt, or from depressions, she or he could be suffering from any other personal conflicts. Talk therapy, talking with your child, and also might help with depression or if they face any trouble sleeping or eating habits, work it out at earlier stage. Worries that get worse over time. This is when your child avoids situations or peoples, feel it's spanky, or in some situations they might have physical symptoms like increased sweating, nausea, cramps, fast heartbeat, headaches, and diarrhea symptoms. This helps to identify your child's or teen child's anxiety. How to work it out by personal self counseling. Encourage your teen to try new things and also take on new challenges. Keep the lines of communication very open by checking it frequently at times when it feels natural, such as riding in the car or at meal times. Have regular monitoring your child with proper communication and open talk. Let your teen child to know about if they are not comfortable talking with you, make themselves talk with another adult with like school counselor or their school's faculty or with your siblings. Even though your teen is increasingly independent and make them more communicate with you. Now we discuss about the activities, psychological methods, various activity of simple measures of strategies to be followed from your home for the adolescent and pre-adolescent kids. It can be followed by parents and can be monitored to the kids. That which helps to maintain and also develop their stress management skills, personality development, focus their career choices. Mainly during this lockdown, many youngsters feel easily get bored. Many teens volunteer to serve people food, street animal care and much more. Even though need of some relaxable activities, in spite of it, youngsters get into mobile addictions and prolonged video game addiction, gaming addiction during the lockdown. And how can we manage that? Have online or call to friends, have a group conversations, games. Have online or call to friends, have a group conversation games which can be like decision making, analytical, puzzles, current affairs, improve social skills. This helps to logical thinking, making thinking capacity of the pre-adolescent kids and also adolescent teenage to not have an ideal mind. It helps to be in active. World is not only subject of textbooks or social media surfing. Even many pre-adolescents are interesting to know about to gain more knowledge. Of course, it is also available in same online media to improve your quality of knowledge from YouTube medias like Nova Science, etc. This is best relaxed learning time of the youngsters in the world during this quarantine. Life skills to be improved. What are the milestones during this age? This is very essential to know by the parents and also to the adolescent. You can improve self reliance, intellectual ability, personality development. Physical exercise and healthy lifestyles bring much more healthy adulthood. Even teen yoga is very different from general yoga. You can follow many much more steps. Are you facing any psychological issues? Trouble to in sleep? You are facing any trouble in sleep or feeling very much disturbed in thoughts or anxious or emotional instability? Parents and children and adolescent, you can contact for any clarifications for your issues. Thank you.